Can you walk us through the first inning from your perspective in the bottom half after the double and then stolen or the attempted steal and all that?
Yeah, I thought I was safe first off, and then just shoulder popped a little bit out of place and had to put it back in. So never really had that happen before, but yeah, it's kind of a weird feeling, but not that bad, so I'll be all right.
How painful was it? Did you think you were gonna be able to go back in?
For a second I didn't, but then once Jesse, he did a really good job. He just popped it right back in, and it got me some Advil, and then it started feeling better. So started wearing off towards the end, but I'll be all right.
How scary was that because you've never had it happen before?
Yeah, I didn't really know what to think. So yeah, it was a little scary, but I know Jesse's got me in good hands, so did a good job, and get day to day for now. So.
Then when you stole the next base, kind of give a fist pump. Is that just kind of celebrating that you're back out there doing it?
No. So during the scouting report, we had kind of a tip on the pitcher, and I was just pumped because I just trusted what we were talking about before the game, and it worked. So I talked to Bloomy after too. It was pretty sweet. So that's it.
How do you feel to come back out and get the how do you feel to come back out and get the single, get the stolen base after going through the thing with your shoulder?
Felt great. I never want to quit on these guys. I gotta be dead to take me off the field. That's pretty much how I go about it, and I just got to get ready for tomorrow.
Willie mentioned that he scratched your name out of the lineup card after the stolen base to third. What did you tell him to go back out there?
He just said, "Hey, hold up." Once he saw me coming back in, I just told him, I said, "I'm all right. I'm gonna be ready to go." So just got to keep that arm moving so it didn't get stiff, and he trusts me, I trust him. So that's how that worked.
Obviously, the result tonight is disappointing, but is it a confidence boost at all for this group to know that you played with the number 4 team in the country and you had them dead in the water till that 8th inning?
We know we could play with anyone. We just got to find those right pieces that are going to end up closing games for us. And that's just a growth thing. It comes with games. And I think this stretch of games has been one of the toughest times that I've ever experienced, with a team mentally. And we're going to get through it. I think it's going to make us stronger in the end, because I know last year early our bullpen was picking us up. And then by the end of the year, we didn't really have anyone to go to for consistent strikes and stuff like that, because guys kind of burnt out. I think we're doing a good job managing our arms, and I think we're gonna peak at the right time. So.
You guys have 14 guys left on base today with 12 hits. How frustrating is that to you as a player to know that your guys are getting on base, but you're not quite scoring?
Yeah, it's just figuring out who's going to step up. We got some guys that are going through it right now. I know Ethan Long is having a little bit of struggles. Everyone has that time in their career where they got to turn it around, and as long as everyone gets hot by the right time, which is peaking by pack play, peaking by the end of the year, regional play, I think we're going to be all right. But just the biggest thing is to not panic, and just pretty much find out what young guy wants to step up, because I believe we had Murph in a couple situations, and then Tobias in a couple situations with runners on base. What young guy wants to step up and take on a role? It's pretty evident that we need someone to take on a role that's going to help pick up Ethan, pick up Sean, pick up me, pick up Connor when we don't get it done every time. So pretty much it's there to take. So.
By coming back into the game after your injury, it shows a lot of dedication. So what do you think, or how do you feel that this team affects you? Why did you come back in? Why is this such a brotherhood that you guys have?
I think it's just for the game of baseball. Day in and day out, I give everything I have. So, I don't want to miss an opportunity, in my opinion. And then, an even more reason to keep playing is just for my guys. I know Connor's had the ACL last year. He came back from that. Boyd with the Tommy John. These guys had serious injuries, and just being mentally tough and keep persevering. I think all that stuff motivates me to not want to get taken off the field unless the coach or the training staff won't let me.
For the clubhouse after the game, is this one of those instances where you're glad tomorrow's a day game so you can just get right back out there and flush this one?
Yeah, I think like we're there, like the dugout or sorry, the locker room atmosphere is good right now because I know we competed every single pitch tonight. Obviously, the physical result was not there with obviously throwing strikes and then making a couple mistakes in the field, but we know that we could play with anyone, and we know that we're going to find those people who are going to step up and throw strikes. But I think from the young guys we had in the lineup today with McGee and Champ, those guys competed really well with one of the best teams in the country. So that just gives us light. Yeah, we don't want to like be looking for motivation off like a loss every single time, right? But this one is like one of the better losses, I would say, from like a mindset standpoint. We're ready to go tomorrow.
Sorry, what's your perspective on Hunter missing significant time and how that affects you guys?
Just goes back to like who's going to step up next, right? So we got Champ obviously working out up the middle. If McLean can come back, he'll be with him for right now, and then I know that I'm ready for to come back into the infield at any point. If that like has to happen, then we can get other guys in the outfield. I just know that every guy needs to be ready to step up at any moment in time because you never know what's going to happen with the injuries.
You mentioned on media day that you were the leadership role is a little new to you as a one-year JUCO guy and a young guy last year. Has that been tested more than you thought it would in the first couple weeks of the season?
I would say so, yeah. I'm like an ultimate competitor, right? And I hate losing. So, and I'm like, I don't know, I guess you could say, like I got a fuse that can go off sometimes. So just kind of holding that in for guys and not show them that I'm like getting emotionally affected all the times. Yeah, it boils over sometimes, but I've been tested a lot with these, especially these last 4 games, and just kind of keeping that competitive mentality to make sure guys aren't hanging their heads or they're just staying like true to themselves and not changing. That's the biggest thing from a leadership standpoint. And then obviously we got young guys that are kind of struggling with Rogers and then like Campo, stuff like that, but just bringing those guys along, making sure their mind is in the right spot and they're always ready to go every day. That's the biggest thing from a maturity standpoint because it's a 56-game season, and like these aren't high school seasons, 20 games, whatever it is. There's plenty of time to make up for lost ground, and there's going to be a lot of opportunities throughout the 56 games. So that's what I got to make these guys realize and help bring them along with me.
How encouraging was it to see Kai start getting a couple hits there?
Yeah, Murph, he came up with runners on base. I think it was 2 times tonight. That second time he ended up cashing in, which was big time because especially being in the 6-7 hole with guys like Connor Davis, Ethan Long, Jacob Tobias, guys that have been getting, Nate Baez even getting on base at a good clip so far. Like he knows that he's going to have to be in a role to drive in runs, and it hasn't been coming these last few games, but it kind of shed some light tonight once I saw him get that one in the hole. Gives him a little bit more confidence, and so this game's all about confidence. So as long as you go up there thinking that you're the man, you want to do it, that's all you can ask for. And I saw that a little bit tonight from Murph after he got that first hit. Went up there the second at bat, put a nice swing on the next one. So just making sure your confidence stays at an all-time high is the biggest thing.
Heading into the bottom of the ninth, you yelled something in the dugout. What was your mindset? What was going through your head when you took that headed up to take that last at bat?
Personally, I just think that guys need like something to click, help them click before they go up to an at bat. Like in that situation, like we just gave up 2 extra runs and guys could be hanging their heads. So I just wanted to make sure everyone like I kind of woke everyone up and kept everyone sharp, and I think we did a really good job in the bottom half of that inning, executing what the coaches wanted when we needed to take, and then seeing pitches, getting on base, and having good at bats because there were a lot of young guys that had at bats that inning. So I think we did a good job of that. And that I guess you could say that's one of the times I boiled over from a leadership standpoint. But I got to get better at that and just keep moving forward.